condom isn't just protection. The packaging sells confidence, performance, and even identity, if you know what I mean. It is one of the most intimate technologies that most of us use, but we rarely think of it as technology at all. First, it hides risk. Then, it reshapes desire. And quietly, it rewrites what sex feels like. Today, we're going on an adventure. We're going to talk about condoms. So if this fascinates you, come along. So it's pink jacket weather again today. So we're going to go with it until it is no longer warm enough for me to wear this. So yeah, hopefully we don't get wet again. But we need to talk about condoms. So we all know the obvious use case. They're there to protect against pregnancy, sexually transmitted diseases. It's safety in your pocket and kind of nothing more. At least we don't really think further than that. Maybe we're too busy, but still. And it's just a piece of latex between you and risk. I'm wearing my earphones because I had to listen to Teenage Dirtbag today. I don't know why. I just felt like I had to. Also, I feel like this is a new name for this jacket. This is my latex suit. Very girthy. Friday energy. I got to listen to my song again. I don't know why I'm craving listening to it. Anyway, let's get back to work. Still wearing my latex suit. It's a little bit later in the day, but it's cold. So, to get back to our topic at hand, condoms. There's something about the way they're packaged and they're marketed. They're not just this latex protection or avoidance to risk. They're ribbed for her pleasure. Extra thin, long-lasting. They're not just sold as shields. They're sold as upgrades. The technology doesn't just prevent, it promises more. More performance, more pleasure, more control. Girthy boy. I think we need to chat. Let's go outside. So it's a little bit later in the day. It is still windy. I should have worn my latex suit, not just this little jersey or cardigan as people would call it. But we need to go back to our discussion about condoms over time. So we've spoken about how they are marketed as this enhancement to this intimate interaction. Now, over time, that shifts how we think about sex. It becomes something optimized, engineered, and even tweaked. And they've managed to turn intimacy into a product. Not just between two people, but between a person and technology. Even desire itself gets reframed as something that can be packaged, improved, and sold. And don't get me wrong, I don't think condoms are bad. I think they've been very good for society. And I think they're incredibly empowering for women. But there's a side of me, when I dig deeper into this technology, bothers me a little bit. But in philosophy, we say you should be able to separate the person from the argument. So let's do that. It's Friday, but we need to get back to work. Also, check this protection to the ground. Okay, bye. He's a long boy. Protection mode activated. It's raining. We're back in our latex suit because it is cold and windy. I hope you can hear me. But Friday, there's less people here on campus, so I can film a little bit more. Well, there's people right there, but who cares? Anyway, let's get back to our discussion at hand. We were talking, I can't actually sit because all these things are wet, but we were talking earlier about condoms and how they kind of insert themselves between this intimate act. And the thing is, we don't even notice it. it has become so normal. And the thing is, we don't even question it. And that is one of the, when you know that you've designed something really good, is when you don't actually question it or you don't see it there, but it's doing its job correctly. We can argue that there's another argument that can be made here, and I think you know where I could go with that, where you could be like, oh my gosh, we don't really want this here, but for the sake of the discussion at hand and to keep it PG, you don't necessarily question, oh my gosh, now we have to do this. It's just taken as normal. I guess I can make another claim here, and this is a lot of things. You know, I love intimacy and the concept of it and how it can have thousands of different definitions. This one is just the sexual definition. And it is again mediated by technology. Is this just the quiet cost of turning sex into technology? Oh, you probably can't hear me because it's very windy, but that's Friday. This one is, I guess, the perfect size. Cheers.
Just a little rough around the edges.
Oh, good evening. It's a little bit later now on Friday. I hope you guys had a lovely day. My Friday was pretty good. I spent the entire day socializing I think I went to 4 different events today. And it was great. I had a great time, but the amount of work that I got done. But conversation's also very important. So yeah, and I feel so much energy now from so many people. It's like, anyway. It's time for our closing thought experiment on today's interesting topic. I really enjoy these type of topics and I could discuss it so much further. I don't know if YouTube allows. I have to cut off some of the discussions that I actually had today on this. I think it was a bit too deep. I had to retake a few of the things. Anyway, okay, so our thought experiment. What if every intimate act you had was always shaped by technology? So much so, you couldn't remember what intimacy felt like without it. Now, this is a difficult one, because I've said before, there are so many different definitions of intimacy. And a lot of it is mediated by technology, whether it is a deep conversation with a lover, a friend, whatever, over a video call or chat or whatever, or it's a condom in a sexual or in sexual intercourse. It is interesting how much technology has infiltrated these moments. And again, I'm not saying condoms are bad. I'm just saying, let's think about things a little bit further. And that doesn't mean we stop using it or use it differently, but it's just an interesting thought to think, oh my gosh, technology has infiltrated everything. Anyway, before I go down a rant, I will see you tomorrow for a Saturday vlog.
Not really a fan, it's a bit white.